The second part of our lesson is looking at the discriminant and just answering the question, how many solutions will this equation have? So remember, the discriminant is the part under the radical, b squared minus 4ac. If the discriminant is positive, it means you can take the square root and you will get two real solutions. If the discriminant is 0, square root of 0 is 0, so when you have that b plus or minus 0, you're going to get the same answer in the numerator, so you have one solution. If it's negative, that's where we get our imaginary numbers, and there are 0 real solutions. Now the number of real solutions also equals your x-intercepts. Remember, when you've got y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, that's a function that you can graph. If you set the y equal to 0, what you're finding are the x-intercepts. So the quadratic formula is another way to find your x-intercepts. So let's take a look at what these look like on a graph. So if we have two real solutions, we might have something that looks like this, where our parabola crosses the x-axis twice. If we have one real solution, we might have something that looks like this. Not quite, I meant for it to bump the x-axis. So the vertex is on the x-axis, and you have one x-intercept. 0 real solutions would be something like this, where our parabola does not cross the x-axis. So, practicing that piece of information, identify the discriminant and tell how many solutions there are. So this time, we're still identifying a, b, and c. A, remember, is the coefficient of x squared, b is the coefficient of x, c is the constant. Step 1 should really be set it equal to 0. Just like the quadratic formula, we still need our equation equal to 0. Substitute those into the discriminant, b squared minus 4 times a times c. Evaluating, we get 16 minus 8, which is positive. And I gave you a little key here. Remember, this is what's under the radical. We can take the square root of 8, so we will have two real solutions. All right, next example. Identify a, b, and c. It is equal to 0, so that should be our first step. Then identify a, b, and c. Substitute them into your discriminant formula. So we get b squared. Again, you can use the absolute value of b. Once you square that negative 4, it becomes positive anyway. Minus 4 times a times c. Simplify and determine number of solutions. 4 times 4 is 16, times 7 is 70 plus 42, 112, I believe. In either case, it's going to be a number larger than 16, so we get a negative discriminant, which means can't take the square root of a negative, so we will have 0 real solutions. And your you try problems.